The day dawned as recruits filled the grounds of Henderson Ave, ready to test their mettle in the intense recruiting drive organized by the legendary teams of Henderson Ave and Tower Hill. Lieutenant Malcolm stood before the gathered crowd, his gaze fierce and unwavering.
Listen up. We're not here to recruit boys and girls today. We're here to recruit men and women, he announced, his voice booming. There's no discrimination here. Fitness is the order of the day. When training is over, every single one of you will be like steel, ready to take on any challenge.
He paused, scanning the crowd.
Some trainers have said they trained human beings, but after our sessions, all of them become machines.
The recruits exchanged nervous glances, sensing the gravity of the journey they were about to undertake. Lieutenant Malcolm's words were only the beginning of the transformation they would undergo. After a written test designed to weed out the weak from the strong, it was time for the first divide. With the tests completed, Lieutenant Malcolm declared,
"Now that your written test is over, we will separate the boys from the men and the girls from the women. Those who haven't made the cut, don't think we're done with you. There's potential in each of you, and we're going to find it. Lieutenant Malcolm, you're with me."
Stage 1. Mentorship and Basics. The boys were led to one side by Lieutenant Malcolm, where they would undergo special tutoring on tactical thinking and strategy. Meanwhile, Carmen, the queen, took the girls to their quarters and began with the session that would instill the resilience they needed. She spoke with authority and compassion, reminding them that every step they took in training would bring them closer to the warriors they aspired to be.
Remember, every step you take in training brings you closer to the warriors you aspire to be.
Once settled, seasoned fighters and trainers began their work. John O.C. Wugum, known for his tactical mind and spiritual wisdom, held a session on endurance and mental resilience, speaking to recruits about overcoming their physical limits by harnessing inner strength.
Harness your inner strength to overcome your physical limits. In past battles with supernatural entities in places like Warwick, this has always been the key.
His stories of past battles with supernatural entities in places like Warwick resonated deeply, motivating them to persevere. Stage 2. Physical Conditioning. Bobby, the Sixth Killer, led the recruit through grueling physical training sessions. With unwavering discipline, he drilled them in agility, combat readiness, and fitness. Recruits learned that this was not just about physical strength, but about control, discipline, and technique.
Strength without focus is nothing. Here you will learn both.
Each session tested them to their limits, separating the true warriors from the ones who merely sought glory. Stage 3. Specialized Skills.
Luke and the fireman took charge of hand-to-hand combat training, an area in which he excelled. His sessions were filled with fast-paced drills, training them to react to threats instantly and with precision.
Carmen, the queen, instructed them on archery, her mastery over bow and arrow legendary. Her accuracy, even under the pressure of battle, was unmatched, and under her guidance, recruits developed sharpness and precision with each arrow released.
Auntie from next door, with her extensive battle experience, taught recruits how to navigate various terrains, strategize movements, and anticipate the enemy's moves. She reminded them that wars were often won not just on brute strength, but on foresight and preparedness.
Stage 4. Mental and Spiritual Fortification.
The next phase brought in Lieutenant Malcolm again, who led a series of mentally challenging exercises that required teamwork and intense focus.
Sergeant Hammer and John O.C. Wugum both joined him, incorporating elements of spiritual resilience into the training, tapping into their shared experiences in dealing with supernatural encounters. Here, recruits learned the importance of faith, unity, and mental fortitude in overcoming even the most daunting foes.
The recruits who initially seemed weaker but showed growth were also brought into the main training sessions, supported and encouraged by their trainers to push past any self-doubt. The rigorous conditioning sessions and intense drills turned each individual into a formidable force.
Graduation Day. Commendation and recognition. After months of grueling training, graduation day arrived. The recruits, once novices, now stood proudly as hardened warriors, bearing the titles of men and women earned through perseverance, sweat, and willpower.
Lieutenant Malcolm addressed the graduates, standing alongside the respected trainers and assistant trainers. Congratulations to each of you for completing one of the toughest journeys of your life. To the trainers and assistant trainers, Carmen the Queen, Lucan the Fireman, Bobby the Six Killer, Hemo, Auntie from next door, and John O.C. Woogum, you have forged not just warriors but leaders.
The team cheered, celebrating the unity and resilience each recruit and trainer brought to this journey. As for Lieutenant Ferdy, Seta, Vernie, and Resbig, we recommend you all travel to the conflict area in the Gulf and take it to an end. We thank you, and we are looking forward to making something out of these graduates. Their bonds, forged in the fires of training, would carry them through battles to come with the assurance that each one was a force of strength and courage.